Hello. Today you're seeing Real Live Ostomy 2017, and I've had this for about 9 months, I believe. I had it done in July and it is now April, almost May, so you can count up the months. But they're talking about putting me back together again and making me a whole person again, so I won't have this to show. So I thought I'd better hurry up and get this video done for you before I lose the opportunity. There's a lot to learn, and when I first came home I knew nothing. I had no training. Actually, at that time I could barely walk because the surgery had really been rough. So it took me about 3 weeks at home with a good friend of mine who'd happened to, fortunately for me, be a nurse and knew what she was doing and helped me through it. But hopefully you'll find this video on YouTube and it won't be so challenging as it was. So first thing I'm going to tell you about is the girdle I'm wearing. I'm wearing this supportive girdle because my ostomy, if I turn sideways you can probably see a little bit better, my ostomy actually stuck out like I was 9 months pregnant. It's quite large on the one side, and they say it's herniated. Maybe, I don't know, whatever that means. But I believe all that will be repaired, fixed, remedied when we go back and get it all put back together again. And we really don't know why I got mine. Some people know they had colon cancer or whatever. They were in a car accident. My colon just backed up and broke. That's what it did. It busted inside. So it was a mystery. However, I will qualify that I did have a kidney transplant a few years ago, and that has been messing up my bowels something fierce, and that may have started things rolling, I don't know. But it doesn't matter why I got it. So I am going to leave my girdle on just for a few minutes while I talk to you about the supplies I've got laid out here, and then I'll start actually doing the change. This is not a totally clean bag. You can't guarantee when and will and when you won't be using this. So I was going to try and get a clean bag for you, but who knows when it goes. So it went. So it's not totally clean, but I'm going to change it as if it were dirty and get a clean one on there. So my supplies, I like these thin washcloths because they dry quick and they're lightweight and they're soft. So I have a number of them. Usually only need one or two at the time that I'm doing the changing. So I also have some small towels that I can use for drying. There are those people who like to use a hair dryer on a low setting or a fan or just wave the towel. It's your total preference of your own. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you can do. Let's see, what else have I got? Now I've got a pair of round tip scissors. Really helps me when I'm opening up my I just went blank on this. Might as well just open it up. Wafer, sorry. The wafer. The scissors are for the wafer. And the Hollister company supplies these lovely garbage bags. So I like to use them for everything, especially the smelly part. And there is smell involved, believe me. Then the bag itself, which fits on the wafer, 2 parts. This bag apparently is not the first one that was developed. The first one's had a clamp on the bottom of the bag. This one comes with a built-in clamp. I'll show you how closure. I'll show you how that works when we get going on it. I also have skin barrier, which I love because I've used it faithfully every time I've changed, and I've never had a break in the skin. Also, cortisone cream. Some people use that, but if you use the cream, beware that the glue, the stick on your tape on the back of your wafer, it's not going to hold as well. So you'll have to use your barrier cream to actually wipe the top of your skin off after you use the cortisone cream. And this is what I like, although I'm hearing talk that the paste is better, dries faster and holds better and longer than these rings. This is what I've been using, although I'm looking forward to perhaps trying the rings on the wafer, not the rings, the paste rather than the ring. So once I get this cut to size, I'll put the ring on to fit. This is a very sticky thing that helps hold it tight against your skin. I'm getting now, I was getting a couple of days when I first started, but I think that was my inexperience. I'm getting up to 2 weeks now without having to change my wafer. There are times when the bag itself gets changed, but the wafer doesn't, which saves me a little bit of time and some expense. I also have some anti-adhesive spray. Also comes in a liquid, or some wipes. If your skin is sensitive and you don't like that feeling of pulling the adhesive away from your skin, this helps release it. I've used it a couple of times. Personally, one way or the other doesn't bother me. This is powder that you put on if you have sores. Again, you have to cover that again because your wafer won't stick to your skin if there's powder on that. But this is a good ostomy powder. I've used it a couple of times just for comfort and peace of mind when I've had a worry that I might be developing a sore spot. But I'm fortunate that I've never had a breakdown in my skin there. I also use, this is essential oil of clove. It's a very strong scent of clove, but you only need a couple of drops. And I actually drop it inside the toilet paper roll so that when I'm pulling it off, the scent comes out, and it's right above my garbage can. So I also put a couple of drops in the garbage can, a couple of drops in the toilet, keep everything from stinking. I don't like the smell. It doesn't smell once you've got the bag on and it's closed up and you're walking around, you're not smelling it. It's a closed environment. But in the bathroom or where you're changing it, it can get pretty odorous. I think that's it for equipment. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to take off the belt, and it's a Velcro, so you'll hear it ripping sound. That's the closure, and it's wrapped around me. And then it has a fairly large hole that slips over top of the actual ostomy bag. And it's a tight fit, so closely getting that off of there and bringing it out through the bag, or through the hole. Okay, and I'll just wrap that up for later. And I do like to wear that thing. It gives me quite a bit of comfort. They say it's not necessary, but in my case, this ostomy, it's not as big as it has been, but at times it's so big and so heavy, I walk with my hand under it to carry the weight because it's so uncomfortable. So the belt really helps me in that way, in that sense. And also maybe it's herniated, and maybe that's where the discomfort's coming from. Anyway, some people have these ostomies for many years. I think the younger ones. I'm 67 years old. But they have them for many years, and their stomachs, their little bellies are still flat, flat, flat. But I've had 2 children, so I do show some wear and tear there, but not nearly as much as this ostomy has done to me. All right, so I've measured many times, and I'm full width on this device. I go 2 1/4 inches. I take the whole thing. Some people, you'll see, I don't know if you can see that well. You'll see some people don't cut it all off. Some people follow a ring, a specific ring. I go right to the outside ring and cut that right off, all of it. I guess I'm pretty big for my little body, 5'2", 140 pounds. But my ostomy has to be large. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Have no clue. Okay, there's the ring that I cut out. That goes in the garbage. Then we take the backing off. And that's just protecting the stickiness of it. Here we go. Of course, today when I'm on video, it wants to give me a hard time. Here we go. That goes in the garbage. And now the ring that I half uncovered earlier, goes the scissors in the sink. By the way, I'm doing this in my kitchen only because the lighting and the environment was a little better to get everything laid out that I needed, as well as have a camera in here. My bathroom just wouldn't support all of us. All of the equipment and computer and lighting. So I stretched that out to get the hole fairly reasonably to match my wafer and kind of adjust it as I stick it on. And nothing's forever, so don't worry if you stick it on in the wrong place. I'm hoping that you're seeing all of this. Take it off and put it back on again. Get it right where I want it. It's to protect my skin over the many days that it's going to be